Hi there, I'd like to share with you a very quick and easy tutorial on making a pretty little mail art envelope with a matching card to go inside. I'm going to be using my Art Pops in the Garden stickers. These are the mini circle stickers and Art Pop cards. I'm going to use the same card. I'm going to use two parts of it, and I'll show you when I get to it what I'm going to how I'm going to do that. But the card basically has the stickers around the outside edge folded over, and then I took a part of the Art Pop card, this flower specifically, and I cut it, and then I stitched it onto the flap. And then to coordinate the card that goes inside, I did the same thing. So we're gonna make this, and I just in my stash I had these brown envelopes, and you can use any color. I just kind of like the contrast between the brown and this white. This is just a piece of watercolor paper. I just have a bunch of this in stock, so I can just, cut it down to size and use it. I just trimmed it a little bit smaller than the envelope, and you can use any kind of card will work fine. So we'll come to the card, but let's go ahead and start with the envelope. So to make this really as easy as possible, I got to thinking that it would be really pretty to just put some stickers around the outside edge of an envelope. So what I'm going to do to start this, I like the idea really just using about half the sticker, and then I'm folding it over. And just make sure that you pull the flap out here so that you don't get the flap stuck when you're working with it. And then I just work my way around the edges, and the easiest way to do this is to start with the middle first, and then that way you can find kind of a halfway point as you're working, and then just work your way around, placing the stickers and then folding them over. It's really pretty easy to do, and I love the way it looks when you start adding all the color to it. And I think the brown plays off nicely against the colors of the stickers too, so I think it looks good. And just keep working your way all the way around, alternating colors to whatever you like as you go through it. Once you've added all the stickers around the edge, I also did one here on the flap as well, so you can just see part of it goes over to the other side of the flap. I just went around and used just a regular #2 pencil works fine, and I just scribbled around the edges of it, around each of these little stickers, just a couple times just to add some pencil marks. And then I just used a regular ballpoint pen to go in and do the same thing a couple times around each edge just to make them pop a little bit more. And it kind of goes with the stickers. They're just a little bit, scribbly and doodly anyway, so this works really nice to add this into it. Super easy to do, especially if you're looking for a very quick but very pretty mail art envelope idea. Okay, so that basically is it. Now, you can do this as completely optional to take rub-on stickers. These are very old. I'm not even really sure the company that made these are still in business. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're not, but you can use any kind of rub-on stickers that you might have, or if you have awesome penmanship, then feel free to write your letter, your words in. I like the idea of adding the the two, just to make it stand out a little bit more. So you can use stickers or you can use rub-ons for this. And I'm just going to go ahead and just use the rub-on. So if you have anything, there's all kinds of stuff on the market that you can use that would look really pretty. Or again, if you've got awesome penmanship then and can do some really pretty lettering, then do that. All right, so I'm just going to put the two on here. And then I'm going to take my Uniball Signo black pen and just do a few little dots to make it 2. Now we're almost finished with this envelope. We just need to add the embellishment to the card, to the envelope's flap. And we're going to use one of my Art Pop cards from the In the Garden collection. We're going to use this large one from this one card. And I'm just going to go around the edges of it. I really like this flower. I think it's really pretty. The color combination is, I love all the orange, the blue, the green, the pink, all of it together. So, and you can use anything. If you've got something, you can even draw it on a piece of paper maybe. And then cut it out, maybe on some cardstock. If you like your style, you can certainly do that. Now, I don't want to make this too big. All right, so I'm going to come up right about here, but I want to keep these little circles that are in the center of the flower. Because I'm going to add those. And it's okay that it's going to go right above or right near the sticker a little bit. All right, so let's just tweak this a little bit more. And let me round this corner a little more as well. Okay. Now we also want to coordinate and have one like I did here for the card. So I'm going to go ahead and cut one while I'm doing that. Now I was thinking I might do this one a little different. Maybe I'll just do this little corner from the card. Let's test it and see. I might not like that. I might want to just do the full match, but something that's different might look really pretty as well. So let's see. I've got this started. I'm not really sure I'm going to like that. So let's just go ahead and do a second one. So I'm going to do another flower cut out from the same card. Okay, so one of these is going to go on my card or my envelope, and then one of these is going to go, and I just realized I didn't need to cut that I didn't need to cut that part of the circle. So what we're going to do is that's actually going to go on it. So let's go ahead and glue that on, and then we'll stitch it. So we're going to glue first, and then we'll stitch. I like to just tack it in place just a little bit so that it's in, it holds. But you don't want to glue this entire piece because it's gonna come off the flap just a little bit. So you just want to tack it in place just a little, but not under this part because then it won't lift up. So just find a place where it looks pleasing to you. And if you need a little if you need to add a little extra, just add a little extra. All right, so we're going to stitch that next. And then let's go ahead and add, this one can be glued completely on because it's going to be laying flat against your card. And I made the mistake of cutting out the whole thing. I didn't really need to add that little extra bit at the top because it really needs to be flat. So let's just trim that off. And now it's flat against the top of it, so that's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do the stitching, and then we'll finish off a couple more things and we'll be all set. So we'll go ahead and stitch those next. Now the stitching will be quite easy. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a straight stitch a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times, just across. I go lengthwise a couple times, and then I focus a little bit more here in the center. I'm just using a regular old straight stitch, black thread, just a normal all-purpose needle, nothing special. And I just use my regular old sewing machine to go across that. So I'm going to do the same thing for the card as I'm going to do for the flap on the envelope, just a straight stitch back and forth. So now we have the flap on the envelope stitched here across, and we have the flower to match stitched onto the card. Let's do just a little bit more finishing. This is, oh, we forgot to do the back of this. Let's do the back with the pencil and the pen. The back of the envelope, the stickers, let's go ahead and finish that off as well too. Again, just using a regular number 2 pencil and a regular old pen, just a ballpoint pen. You can use any kind of pen, but the ballpoint pen is pretty simple. Everybody has one, it's easy. You don't have to worry about it getting gunked up or anything. There, and that finishes that off. So now the flap is finished on the back. The front is finished, ready to be addressed. And then now let's go ahead and finish off the card. And I like to leave my tails generally, but for this card, I'm going to cut them off. So you can do that or you can leave them. I like to leave tails on a lot of my projects, but for this, I think I'm just going to take that off. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the pencil on this. And you can do this before or after you stitch, it's up to you. I'm not going to run the ballpoint pen around it. I'm just going to add the pencil marks just around the flower. And I'm going to come back to my Stabilo pencil now, and I'm going to work my way around the perimeter with a dashed line. I really like this because it kind of emulates stitching, but what it does is it really adds a border, a frame, if you will, around the edge of your card. And I just think it finishes it off and it looks nice. You could stitch around it if you wanted to, but I like the look of just the dotted lines. You can do dot, circle, dot, but the dotted lines just finish it off or make it look really pretty. There. So now you have your finished, oops, let's take off these as well. And again, you can leave those on, but okay, so now we have our matching card with the envelope to match with these cool stickers on the sides. And then you can just go ahead and write your message in here. You can even pull it over to the other side if you wanted to. You could write your message just on the back. You could even put a border around the back of it as well, or do your message on the front, which I did on this sample. And then after I wrote it, I scribbled around the edge of it or around it with pencil just to make it stand out a little bit more. So you've got some options on how you can do that. So there you go. There's a quick and easy way to create a nice pretty piece of mail art with a matching card to go in. I hope you enjoyed this and hope that you create some really cool things too.